So, I need a new tank. As you've seen from the title and thumbnail, we need a new tank. Something a bit smaller than this Fluval Roma 125 behind me here. It's only for mollies, maybe the guppies can go in there. If you know what I'm on about, check out previous videos so you know what we have in the tank here. It's been a long time since we've done some videos like this, and I need to get a new tank, so I was like, I've got to film it, and there's a pretty good reason for it, and that reason involves my rainbow shark. So as you saw in a previous video, I got 4 female Dalmatian mollies, and then I got the 1 yellow male, and then I also got those guppies as well, but we'll talk about the guppies in a future video. But I got those to do a crossbreeding project between the yellow male and then the 2 black and white females, and the main goal was to produce yellow and black mollies, which I tried last year, the start of last year, probably from about February to August, September time, and I had relative success from that. I had one baby that I really liked the most and was my favourite, but then once I lost that, I kind of lost motivation because I had the best one that had taken me like 5 or 6 months to get to, and then once that died, it was kind of a big sort of setback that was really unhelpful. So I've restarted this, and not for the reason you may think. Yes, I am really interested to try this again and produce properly what I want, but it's also to do with school actually. Surprisingly, I'm doing this thing called the EPQ, which is like an extended project qualification, so it's like half an A level, and if you don't know what an A level is, just what you do after your main year 11 GCSEs basically. And this was kind of inspired by my head of sixth form. We were talking about this, and he helped me come to the decision of doing this, which is quite useful actually. So the main goal this time is not only to produce the black and yellow mollies, it is also to look into the genetics and see how specifically it works. I mean, looking into some sort of records and what other people have done, especially with the silver mollies, they're quite interesting. So I'm going to have to talk about that in a future video because it's really fascinating, to be honest. But that's what I got them for, and with the loss of all 4 due to my rainbow shark, it's a big step back basically. I mean, it's only like a month setback, but it's just really unfortunate that we could be that month ahead and we could be even closer to getting the first round of babies and then being able to grow them on and then breed them back. So that's a bit unfortunate, and that's why I need a new tank basically. I need more space to breed the mollies and properly monitor them and just record everything I see for my project basically. And I'm thinking getting a few shrimp and whatever for that tank, but that's just your generic cleanup to help keep everything a bit cleaner or whatever. We'll put some plants in from the tank behind me as well. So I was thinking originally a newer Mirabella 30 would be great, like the one I had previously with the platies, but my sister has that now, and that's kind of not possible. I had some other tanks that weren't really that good, and the mollies I had in one of them previously just didn't do too well, and I had to move them back into here. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm going to look for Amazon and see what I can find the best sort of option for me personally, size wise and also price, because I know this may be useful for some of you who want to get a small tank that's good for mollies, platies, guppies and tetra and that sort of thing. And there's all sorts of prices you can go all the way from £30, but then have to buy the heater and the filter separately, which for a first tank I wouldn't recommend, because it's just so much harder to get everything perfect. So I'm going to look through now and I'm going to bring you along to see what we find. So this is the aquarium I'm going for. I'm going for the Aquil Ledi 40 aquarium, 40 litres, $63.99, a very good price, especially as you get the LED, the filter and the heater included as well. Good dimensions, not too big but not too small, perfect for some mollies and for the space in my room actually. So I'm not going to order this through the Goldfish Bowl website, and I couldn't find it on Amazon either. I'm going to order it through a different company. Hopefully it should arrive relatively soon and we can finish the rest of this video. So I'm going to go and order it, and I'll pick up the camera when this arrives. Alright, so our package has arrived. The tank is here. It was delivered really quickly actually. It came in like 2 days, which is amazing. So now I'm going to open it. And I do believe this to be 40 litres. It said on a separate website it was 30, but I'm going with 40 because that's what it's called. It's the the Ledy 40. So going for that, and also it does say it's 20 kilograms, it definitely is not 20 kilograms, because I can lift it rather easily, but I've got to try and get in here somehow, and hopefully it's not damaged by the shipping or whatever. But it came a lot earlier than it was supposed to. It said it would come at like 4, and it's like 2 o'clock, between 4 and 6, so that's good. We've got all the bubble wrap, which hopefully should have protected it. Like greeted with, it's a black tank, nice LEDs. Maybe it's on an app like the Fluval app, that'd be quite good. It's good though. Let's get straight into the package. We've done the hard part, hopefully. Hopefully this isn't too damaged. The box is a bit bashed in one of the corners, but hopefully it should be alright. The moment of truth. Come on. Right, here we go. Oh, we got the white one. Okay, that's cool. We're looking alright from what I can see so far, but let's see. So the lid comes off as a separate piece, yeah? Okay. So the lid obviously has the LED in it, which has a switch this time, it's fine. And then we've got our plug. We'll put that to the side so it doesn't get damaged. The moment of truth. So we're going to remove these. I think we are alright. It looks pretty good. There is no damage to the tank that I can see or feel. We should be alright. So I'm going to put this on the side and then we're going to have a look at what is in here. Here we have our Aquil filter. It might be Aquil, something like that. I think Aquil sounds about right. But this is our filter. I might put some extra sponges in just so that the fry don't go in there, and it's basically a better filter, more filtration media in there. But here we've got obviously our sponge and then everything else. We'll have a look at that when we put it in the tank. And obviously classic heater. Perfect, basically, that should do everything. That's really there is for the unboxing. So now I'm going to show you what we have, well, where we're going to put this tank, and then we're going to set it all up. So this is where my new tank is going, and we're going to connect all the power into those sockets there where my old tank was plugged in, and I've got that down here below me, so I can put all the water that's been cycled and all that stuff, and hopefully the sponges as well, into the filter and into the tank, so it's pre-cycled and getting ready, so I'm fishing a lot quicker. I'm thinking I'm not going to do what I did previously, but like putting the Mana shrimp in from my downstairs tank. I'll probably just leave it a few days, probably till the weekend, and then put my platies, because 3 of those, the young male that's growing up is a bit being picked on by some of the younger yellow mollies, so I'm going to move them over to begin with, and then move the 2 bigger yellow mollies over probably a week later maybe. So for our filter, and open it up. Yeah. Being a bit difficult. Oh, it's taped. There we go. I'll have a look at the instructions when I put it in, but this is basically it. I'm guessing, oh, yeah, so we've got suction cups here, and obviously if you see at the back they slot in there and then you just stick to the glass, but this should be good, and hopefully I might be able to squish the sponge down a bit and stick in the sponge from the tank that's already cycled, or maybe down here so the fry don't go in, because that could suck them all up. We just got to be a bit careful with that. And then we have our heater, taped again. Oh, there's one of the suction cups, I'll pick that up. Just the instructions in there. It's the same thing as the back of the filter as in. We've got this, the heater slots into it, and then obviously the suction cups go in there, which is quite a good idea actually. It's fairly different. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug everything in, situate it. I'm thinking I'm going to put the filter here and I'm going to blow it that way, so then obviously the heater's there and then there's a sort of flow like that, which should hopefully be good for all the fish to swim against or whatever. Alright, so now once we've transferred most of the water from this tank into here, I'm going to get some fresh water now so it kind of tops it up and is a bit cleaner, because this is obviously very yellow because it's just been sat about in the wood basically. And all this dark stuff is fish poo, which should hopefully just be fine, that was stuck in the substrate. But when I get my shrimp up in it, that should all be cleaned up. And then these bigger sort of blobs of stuff is just algae that's been growing in there, which will be fine again when my shrimp come. They'll clean that all up, and it's also good for getting oxygen in the water as well. So now I'm going to transfer the substrate and the plants in, and then finish it off with the fresh water lines. So there we go, we've got this all filled up with the substrate, and that's really good because obviously it's been cycled and used before in this tank, so it's obviously got all that beneficial bacteria to help kickstart basically the beginning of the tank. Same with what I'm going to do with the sponge, but this is very dirty. There was a lot more poo in the substrate than I thought, but I didn't have shrimp in there, so obviously the shrimp didn't clean up as much. So yeah, that's good. And then from now on, I'm just going to fill this up to probably about here with fresh water from the tap, and put in some dechlorinator and that sort of thing. And then take this and empty this out and sort this out. Hopefully we should have enough substrate, and then I'll go and see if I've got more plants downstairs as well. And we've got some live plants as well to put in here as well. So I'm going to fill that up and join you back when we are all ready. Alright, so there we go, it's all filled up. I need to wipe down the area because there's a little bit of water from me filling it. But apart from that, we're looking good, everything's all done. We need to put the floating plants in, we've got those. And probably we'll get some more from downstairs that are slightly bigger. And we've obviously got to add our dechlorinator and some extra bacteria, just because I want to make sure it is perfectly okay for them. And then we're going to do the lid. So I don't want to do the lid now just because then we're going to get a look what it looks like with the LEDs. Here we go. Now, just got to sort all this out because it's all tied up with all of this stuff. So just got to make sure we get all this plastic on. So I finally managed to get that plastic wrap off. Now I'm guessing this is the plug in here. So I'm going to get that out and then plug it all in, and I'm going to put the lid on and fire it up, test the filter, test the heater, see if everything is working. There we go. Bit of a big box for a little plug there. But anyway, let's sort this out. So I'm guessing all the cables, yeah, they can run through the back here. Can they? Hopefully they can run through all the back there, but there's the little gaps there, we can use it instead. Should be all fine, really. Right, here we go. The moment of truth. I think we're going to put this on and then drop this over the back. We can't get this cable. Alright, so that's almost done. We just need to put the other cables in the gaps as well, because that's what's causing this sort of lip. There we go. That's it. That's everything. I should have probably put in a little bit less water, but it's all fine. I'm going to now fire it up. Here we go. Moment of truth. I think it's good. One thing I need to do, I need to re-flatten the substrate because I did move that around a lot. But it's looking good. The light is good. The fish will look really good under this. We do need a few more plants, but the filter's working. The heater seems to be good. I need to set the temperature on the heater, which you have to do on a button on the top. But apart from that, we should be good. I'm going to add the floating plants, and that'll be it for today's video. So it's the next day. The tank is all been set up for about, well, probably about 19 hours now. It's really good. There's no leaking so far. All the things are working perfectly. And the only thing I think I need to do is I need to get a few more plants and a bit of stuff for some shrimp to hide under if I do get some shrimp. But that's a bit of a still in debate, because obviously the mollies might go after them to get little cherry shrimp. So I don't know what I want to get. But if you have enjoyed, please do like and subscribe. It's really useful to see your support. And also leave comments about this tank if you want to get it and see where I got it from. Because I'll go into more detail about that in a future video where I do a full review and see how well it's working for me over like the next month or so. So if you have enjoyed, please do tune in next time. And I'll see you soon.